The artwork for Anime Podcasters is provided by GoProkyo. Please go follow him at GoProkyo.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Anime Podcasters featuring me. Jaian is not here today, nor will he ever be back. I have taken over the show. And today... Hey! Settle down over there.
I'm in the closet. Ben locked me in the closet.
No.
Yeah. Let me out, Ben.
Put the gag back in your mouth.
Another minute without
Gag yourself.
Anime. Let me out.
As I said, Jaian will not be showing up today because he has some very important things to do that are related to other things. One punch! How'd you get out?
How did I get out? I got out because this topic today is just inspiring me to one punch the closet door, Ben. Do you know what we were talking about today?
Horses?
No.
Ponies?
No. Think more bald.
Bald horses or ponies?
No. Think one punch like.
Bald closet doors.
No, we're talking about the anime One Punch Man. Hi guys and welcome to a brand new episode of Anime Podcasters. I was locked in the closet. I am no longer locked in the closet and I am with Ben. Ben, how's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. In hindsight, I could have probably tied you up or something.
Yeah, you really didn't think that one
or
through.
Put a lock on the closet doors.
I mean, from all those times I'm like, Ben, make yourself a YouTube channel. You'd be good as like a podcast host. But this is not what I wanted, Ben. This is not what I had in mind. You locking me up in the closet and setting up the audio equipment and recording a podcast without me.
I don't have the heart to start looking for followers, and I figured I'd just hijack your channel.
Yeah, well,
and name it Ben Music Podcasters.
CA.
Awesome.
So let's get right into the topic.
Right into it.
If you guys are listening to this podcast, by the way, this is a backup podcast I had recorded when I was back in my hometown. I'm currently in Montreal right now studying electroacoustics. So this month, Yuki was busy and we weren't able to put out a podcast. So we have this backup one for you guys that's already pre-recorded. And we're with Ben. Ben, for the people who do not know who you are, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
My name's Ben. Yeah, I regularly or not so regularly do podcasts with JaianMusic.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. We've known each other for a very long time, and today we're going to bring you a podcast talking about One Punch Man, this absolutely amazing anime. Ben, how did you get into One Punch Man? How did you first hear about it? Take me through those early days.
The early days. As if it only hasn't been a year and a half or so.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I roamed the internet quite a bit as I am a gamer. And, you know, eventually you're going to hear about One Punch Man. It's actually a really good anime, so there's no reason for people not to hear about it.
For sure.
Yeah, eventually it just piqued my interest enough for me to try an episode, and it seemed pretty good, so I just kept going. And it's pretty short, so...
It's only 12 episodes.
Yeah, finished it quite quickly, I guess, and yeah. Really good.
And what were your first impressions on it? Right, like when you watched the first episode, and like what were your first thoughts right away?
I like the humor they have, actually.
Agreed.
I mean, the first episode doesn't have that much of it, but...
Are you kidding me? The opening sequence, right? When
I know.
He's like, it only took one punch! And he's like super like sad about that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. It kind of reminds me of a previous... I guess back then it wasn't podcasts. It was more of a video when I was just too good at Halo.
Right. Oh, that old video we made. It's deleted. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well,
but I think
origins, the early days.
The early days. Yeah. I think that specific scene when Saitama one punches that villain and he's like, "Oh, it only took one punch," and cries about it. Sets the tone for the entire anime, the theme of this anime, which is Saitama is looking for a challenge. He is so powerful that he is bored to death.
Yep, despite very many powerful adversaries, he just can't find any kind of challenge or enjoyment in his fights.
No, he doesn't. And I think that's a very interesting thing. We've come to a point where, like, for example, Dragon Ball Super, characters are so overpowered that, like, we're bringing in gods and, like, universes into the mix. And so why not just create a character that's so powerful he can destroy anyone in basically one punch? I mean, it's so stupid that it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they found themselves a pretty good idea there.
Yeah, no, it's a very good idea.
I really enjoy it. And it's funny how, like, in most anime with the bad guy is always at least a bit stronger than the main character.
Right.
And, the main character powers up as it goes, but you see the villains in One Punch Man, and it's essentially the same. Compared to the rest of the actual hero base, they're all actually, well, not all of them, but they are more powerful than a good majority. And what was it? Boros is the last one in the episodes, the anime anyway?
Yeah, in the last season.
Yeah, he's probably stronger than pretty much all of the S-class.
Yeah, I think so.
That we know anyway.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that they're all like this typical, I am overpowered, I will destroy all, and then just Saitama comes in and, he's worried about, like, grocery store sales expiring or something, and he just one punches them out of, like, just being, I don't know. It's funny.
Or, like, when he's trying to improve his hero rank and he just runs around the entire city trying to find the slightest, like, crime or person that needs help. Like, oh, is your cat up a tree? Let me pull that cat down for you. I'll do it. Whatever you want. Just any sort of evil I will take care of because I want to improve my hero association rank. Like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he got graded poorly just because of a written test.
Yeah. Which is I thought was really, really funny. But the physical exams, I remember watching that clip. Like, he killed like everyone.
It was entertaining.
Oh, it was so entertaining. What was his workout again? Like 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 kilometers a day or something like that. Like 100.
No, it's just a 10K, maybe even just a 5K run.
Yeah, every day for 3 years.
So push-ups, sit-ups, and I
uh,
think he does squats or something.
I don't think squats was one of them.
I think there are 300 repetition.
Yeah.
Or 100 sets of 100 and a run, all without AC or
heating the ring the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single day.
For 3 years straight.
Until your hair falls out. But you got to keep doing it after that. He does it every day anyhow.
And Genos is like, Master, that makes absolutely no sense. Your power is so powerful. That makes no sense. How could you be saying such words?
Simple physical conditioning cannot attain those levels.
Yeah. And then the evil doctor, when he hears all about that, he's like, what? Like, that's scientifically impossible. That makes no sense.
Oh, yeah, that's with Carnage Kabuto, I guess.
Yes, Carnage Kabuto. Let's get into a little bit into Carnage Kabuto. I think he's an interesting jumping point here. Carnage Kabuto, he's the, what was he? The ultimate weapon or, no,
from the Evolution Lab or House of Evolution.
Yeah, he's the strongest creation in the House of Evolution. The House of Evolution is getting wiped out 1% at a time, and so the evil doctor is like, there's only one option here. We have to release Carnage Kabuto. And the way they introduce Carnage Kabuto makes it sound like no one has ever even come close to even scratching the guy.
Yeah, just like too overpowered. You got to keep him locked in, and he has like all these fail-safe armors. If I'm not mistaken, he has like, what does he have? I'm pretty sure, like, he has several stages of transformations or something.
He had the one stage of transformation, I remember, which is Carnage mode, where he goes into Carnage mode for an entire week, and we remember how that ends up. Let's just say that a special sale was going to expire.
Yeah.
It was so great. When the Carnage Kabuto goes into Carnage mode and just punches Saitama and Saitama goes flying, and then Saitama's like, oh my god, I made a huge mistake. This is impossible. Like, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
And the entire time we're thinking he's talking about like Carnage Kabuto and how like making him angry was like a horrible idea. But no! The freaking special sale was what he was worried about. Like, could you imagine that? You're getting smacked across the room, and the only thing you're thinking about is like, oh, grocery shopping, grocery shopping, fish.
Well, the way he's getting smacked around the room reminds me a bit of Rock Lee and Naruto against Gaara, how he opens the gates and just like sends him flying one side of the room and the other.
Yeah.
Non-stop, and then you just get these little snaps of Saitama going like, oh no, how could this be? Yeah, as you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
And
Oh
it
my
turns
God.
out he's just worried about the sale that he just missed. Or actually, I think they made it. I think,
No, they
I
makes
think
it
it pretty much goes like, okay.
Master, it closes at 9. If we leave right now, we can make it.
Yeah, something like that. And then he's, oh, okay, cool. One punch and leaves.
Which completely discourages the doctor.
Yeah, but I think they keep him alive. So maybe we'll see more of him later on.
I hope we see him in the second season.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I was going to say, we're talking about Genos here. Genos, what were your thoughts on Genos as a character, as a sidekick to Saitama? Really, the entire time he wants to learn more about Saitama, and he's got this seriousness to him where he wants to become the best, and he wants to upgrade his armor and everything, and he really takes himself way more seriously than Saitama ever will. What do you think of Genos?
He's a pretty good character. I like how literal he is most of the time, or how literally he takes everything whenever people say something. Or, I don't know. Socially speaking, he's very closed in on himself, I guess.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. His social interactions are always pretty funny to me. I guess Saitama as well, but...
Him and Saitama balance each other very well in the sense that Saitama is the very laid back, funny character, and Genos is you know what, I can't think of an anime character as serious as him, or he's definitely the top most serious characters ever in anime. I think.
Well, I wouldn't say in anime in general, but yeah, I guess he's very serious about what he's trying to do and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always got that serious look on him, but I don't know. He kind of... not really. I was thinking of Guardians of the Galaxy, that big dude. The big dude who has, no idea of what, he takes everything literally.
Yeah. I don't think he's that bad.
No. I find there's a few similarities, but not really.
Far stretch.
Yeah, it is.
I was going to say, what is your favorite Genos power? When you look at, his armor, his explosions, and everything. Anything stand out to you?
I don't know. I think he can fly, or he could use his
rockets to fly.
Yeah, I think that's always fun, and I guess he's pretty fast as well. I don't know if that applies to his rockets, but I don't know. He uses a lot of fire anyway.
Yeah, a lot of fire. I love when they get to the House of Evolution and he just blows the building up in one shot. He's like, yeah. I thought that would be the most efficient way to take them all out. And so I was like, ugh, that ruins all the fun.
Yeah, we could have found the booby traps or something.
Yeah.
Nah, just blow the place up.
Or and I think another thing we have to recognize about Genos is that close range fighting, he's very, very good. Because when he fights against the Deep Sea King, he definitely holds his own for a good while. And the only reason why he really loses his edge or isn't able to last as long is because of that acid shot that shot into the crowd, and he protects that little girl, which is he's a good hero. He represents a hero very well, Genos.
Yeah, well, he's a strong one too.
Yeah.
I guess he's got the hero mentality a lot more than Saitama.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And actually, he upholds it a lot better, too, I guess. But, when he gets all that fan mail and stuff, he's just unperturbed. He doesn't really care about all that.
And so I was, freaking out about it?
Yeah, he doesn't care about image. He's just there to actually be a hero and help. Whereas Saitama is just a hero for fun, and he wants all the popularity and whatnot.
Right, he's like, who are you? I'm just a guy. He's a hero for fun. What? Great aspiration right there, right?
Yeah, it is.
I want to jump to the first villain that Genos comes in contact with, Mosquito Girl. Do you remember Mosquito Girl and how she was just crazy with all the mosquitoes and she was wiping out town after town?
Huge swarm with her and stuff and just took out a few people.
How did she get killed, Ben?
Fly swatter Saitama.
Yeah, that's it.
A big slap.
Oh my god, that was the funniest thing ever. And he's like Genos was like, I really highly recommend that you would not stay in the vicinity. There's blah blah blah, an evil person. And he's like, oh, okay. And Genos starts getting wiped out, and then Saitama's like, you're done. You're dead.
The one shot.
One shot.
One punch. It was a slap though.
Yeah, it was a slap.
One slap.
One slap, man.
One slap, man. One more slap half, man.
Oh man. after
Actually, I had a
that,
question about that, didn't we?
what?
Or
Yeah, we're gonna get to the questions.
relating
Yeah,
to-
we got some
okay.
audience question, guys. Let's talk about a couple more characters. We'll definitely get into the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You wanted let's say let's talk about you know what? Let's talk about Deep Sea King.
Sure. I haven't seen the fight in a while, but interesting character. One of the last villains, I think, in the series before you reach the whole like alien invasion or whatever it was.
Yeah. What I really like about Deep Sea King is that he lasted a long time in the series. A lot of the villains come and go just because Saitama is there.
Yeah.
For once, like Saitama is separate from the entire, I guess, field of battle, and he's like kind of like I don't know where I'm going right now. I don't know what's happening. I forget. He was just like not in the vicinity, and so all these A class and S class heroes try to take out the Sea King, and nothing's happening. I mean,
nobody succeeded.
No, nobody succeeded. And then finally, Saitama shows up, and what would happen?
Pretty much a one-shot.
Yeah, one shot. And then, like, everyone's like, how's that impossible? Like, all the other heroes were having such a hard time. And he's like, oh, good thing all the other heroes weakened him. Like...
So humble. That's actually surprising.
Yeah, coming from Saitama. You think because he wants all the fame and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, no. Did he say that, though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said that.
He did? Okay.
Well, he was like, everyone was like, oh, so why do we pay these heroes that they can't even protect us? And this one guy one punches him.
Okay, yeah. So he was just standing up for heroes in general then.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's correct. That's
okay,
correct.
Yeah, it's been a while. But, yeah. It was an interesting fight, I guess. It lasted a while. Like, the Puri prisoner, super... muscly dude.
He didn't last that long. He got
no, not at all.
But he went through Puri. He went through Genos, and there was a couple of other. He even went to after the amazing, uncomparable hero Moomin Rider.
Yeah, Moomin Rider just stood up for what was right.
You know what? Moomin Rider has the most heart and out of any character.
Probably. Yeah, he's so dedicated to the cause, even if he doesn't have any particular powers.
He has a bike, Ben.
He has a bike.
Don't underestimate the power of a bike.
He has a cool
bike!
He has a cool helmet, and I'm pretty sure he wears sunglasses, but otherwise, Moomin Rider, you are a true hero. And he always gets up, too. Like, he's against these overwhelming odds, and he just gets destroyed every time, but great hero.
Yeah, I know, right?
I love him.
What I enjoy the most about Moomin Rider, I think, is really his dedication.
Yeah,
and how he's never going to give up. And I know that the never give up and the dedication thing is so overused in anime, but for some reason when Moomin Rider does it, it works for me. It works for me. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, I've heard this a million times. It just works for me.
Well, it's like an exaggerated version of any other anime with the character doing it, though.
I feel like One Punch Man as a whole it mocks anime in a sense. You know what I mean?
It does, but it does it so well.
Yeah, it really does it really very, very well. I really enjoy like the whole like all the villains just get destroyed and like Saitama is just so powerful and everything is just the exaggeration of it. Or like there's a specific moment that I really enjoyed. I'm kind of jumping all over the place here. When like Genos asks like Saitama for like words of wisdom and like Saitama just says something completely irrelevant. He doesn't even know what he's saying. And then Genos like, "Oh my god, master, that is so good. Thank you so much for saying that."
Takes down notes and stuff.
And then Saitama just like walks off like, "I can't believe he bought that."
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Saitama doesn't know how to be a teacher, though. Like, all he has is his training regimen, and he just became a beast. So it's hard to teach people.
Definitely.
He's just pulling lines out of his ass after that.
Yeah.
Just like, this.
But I feel like, as a teacher, if you had to pick one teacher out of in the entire anime, I feel like you need to pick Saitama just because you'll learn the most from him.
Well, I guess you... Maybe. A lot of people say, like, the path to success is to observe what successful people do, I guess. If you follow Saitama, you can't go wrong. Maybe.
You could, I guess. Depends.
Well, you could, yeah. Well, you could go wrong if you're not following his training regimen, which works. Makes you bald, but it works.
I mean...
It's like Buckley's.
It's like Buckley's. One Buckley punch. Going back to how One Punch Man... makes a joke out of anime in general. What's one way that the show makes fun of anime that really works for you? Like before we've podcasted about the anime, the parody series Rock Lee and his Ninja Pals, and we really enjoyed that particular anime because it would make fun of the main series and everything. How does One Punch Man? What's the one way that it makes fun of all of anime that works for you the best? Like there's different things that they do. What's the one thing that works for you the best?
Probably how every enemy or villain is always overpowered every time. It's always the same thing of like, oh, I had this armor that was containing all of my overwhelming power, and now it's been destroyed. I will now crush you. And then like there's maybe another stage after that where it goes, okay, my even more overwhelming power has been released. You'll now see my full power. And of course they get one shot. But
yeah,
every single major villain has been that way.
Definitely.
I mean, I don't consider like Speed of Sound Sonic to be a major villain because he's, actually a long-standing character, I guess.
Well, he comes up in the beginning of the show, and then we see him against the Sea
like
King
2 or 3 times after that.
Yeah.
Or more than that, I guess. He shows up against the Paradisers as well.
Right, he does. The one way that the anime works, like how it makes fun of other animes for me that really works the most, is the long dialogue that generals would do, right? And then Saitama would be like, "Oh my gosh, shut up and get to the point." Yeah. He literally expressed a thought that millions of anime viewers feel. Think of it, Ben. Think about this. Okay, you're sitting there, you're watching your Dragon Ball, you're watching your Naruto, you're watching your Attack on Titan. There's a long dialogue, and you're like, shut up and get to the action. Like, this is boring me. Like, he does this with Boros, he does this with Genos. That's what really, like, I think that was a really good way to make fun of anime and something that really appealed to me.
Yeah. Well, Saitama is just looking for a good challenge, and he's looking to be, fulfilled.
Just like an anime viewer, in a sense.
Yeah.
You're looking for a good anime, you're looking to be fulfilled.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny how he does that. It's always the big motivational or just inspirational speeches, too.
Yeah.
He just doesn't care because he's almost emotionless, actually.
I guess so. And when you bring that up, it makes me think of the other anime that the creator of One Punch Man made, which is, I don't want to go too down this rabbit hole, but Mob Psycho 100.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know a little bit about that anime?
Nope.
No?
I've heard of it. I did not know it was by the same creator.
It is by the same creator, and Mob, the main character, is a very emotionless character as well.
Okay.
So, very interesting how those two correlate like that, now that I think about it.
I think in this series, the most emotion Saitama has had is either for the sale that he almost missed, or when he had the dream about the underground people, the mole people.
Or at the very
during
beginning,
his dream when he's fighting,
right.
Like fighting in an epic way. It's actually one of the more epic fights. Unfortunately, it's just a dream, but yeah. Then he's like, "Oh, this is what I've been looking for. Something challenging and a huge fight."
Yeah, that was great.
All that emotion, and it was just a dream.
It was only just a dream. Okay. So, I also wanted to talk about Speed of Sonic. Now that we kind of went over him very quickly, but what I really enjoyed about Speed of Sonic, the Speed of Sonic is
Speed of Sound Sonic.
Speed of Sound Sonic. Sorry, Speed of Sound Sonic. What I really enjoyed the most about him is how freaking fast he is. I have a thing for very fast characters. If your entire battle strategy revolves around going fast, striking your opponent, and being out-quicking them, it works for me. It definitely works for me. I found his attitude to be very, very interesting, where he is very persistent in his actions, and he doesn't necessarily I wouldn't want to be he never give up, but he's very persistent and keeps at it, and he wants to win. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he definitely wants to win, but then again, that's probably just to assuage his ego, because he is very
egotistical. Yes.
Oh yeah, very full of himself, and then Saitama kind of dulled that down a bit.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember when he just puts out his punch, and then Speed of Sound Sonic just lands? Right?
Yeah, lands balls first onto the fist.
Oh my god.
And he's very proud of his speed. Imagine going that fast and landing nuts first onto someone's fist.
Onto Saitama's fist.
Well, yeah, it wasn't moving in a punch though. It was just
right. Okay. Good point, Ben. physics.
Luckily, he would have died.
Oh yeah, he would have.
But yeah, it's funny how he's so full of himself, though. Well, yeah, I don't know. And then he ends up being beat by one or two characters. Saitama, obviously, but the Deep Sea King, I think he loses to, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he loses to the Deep Sea King, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess because he's full of himself, he often underestimates others. I think even against Hammerhead, the guy from the Paradisers, pretty sure he gets surprised by him. Not that he loses or comes even close to it, but he still gets like a little surprised.
He does, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to maybe start to stop underestimating others.
I don't maybe the next season we'll see. I'm excited for season 2, definitely.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've finished it and we enjoyed it, so it's natural that we're going to look forward to the next one.
Definitely. I want to jump to another character here. We only see her towards the end of the anime. Tatsumaki, she's second in the second rank in the S class. She's the green hair girl with
I guess psychic.
Zero gravity is her power. I guess is
no. She's got some sort of psychic power.
Right. So basically, yeah, she's a master psychic combatant is what I'm reading here. She's got psychic blinding, an ability used to suppress the power of another Esper. So very, very, very interesting character right here. I felt like she was like full of herself as well. Definitely like she was let me handle this. I'll just be the one taking the rocks and shooting them towards the spaceship. Like, oh God, I'm picking up your slack. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, she's very
like her
full of
rank
herself.
gets to her.
Yeah, she's very bratty, but that's what you expect from a child. Actually, is she a child? At some point, I think she says she's older than Genos.
Age 28, Ben.
Well, she acts like a child and looks like one.
Yeah, but age 28, according to the wiki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a surprise. She looks like a child, acts like one. Like a power-crazed person, I guess.
She acts very bratty, and she's very moody, is what I...
Oh, yeah.
Very moody.
Yeah.
Don't want to get on a bad side.
Well, Saitama doesn't care. He gets Genos to do it for him.
Yeah, right? That's about all I wanted to say about that character. Another one...
Yeah, we'll see more later. Anyway.
Oh, definitely.
She will be powerful, though.
I think so. You want to talk about Bang?
Bang's pretty funny, actually.
Bang is an actual character's name, guys. Just before like you think we're making a joke. No, he's a character. He's rank 3. The old, very muscular character here.
Yeah, the old martial artist.
Yeah,
Always
very calm. Very makes me think of Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Z.
No, not to me anyway.
Why not?
Just not as sleazy and...
Well, okay. Take away the sleaziness and the perviness.
Still, no.
Why not?
Maybe later on, but even then...
He's both a master. He trains. Okay? They both have this form where they can get super muscular. They're both very powerful.
No, well, this guy is super muscular, whereas Roshi just builds up energy and becomes muscular. Kind of like Trunks and Vegeta did.
Right.
But, no. I think there's a big difference. Roshi wasn't looking for students, eventually accepted Krillin and Goku.
Okay, I see your
this
point.
guy is pretty much trying to recruit anyone, but mostly Saitama, and Saitama is always refusing very blatantly. No thought to it. He doesn't want to study under him, obviously.
What did you think about his fighting style? When he fought against the aliens and everything. It's really when we see him fight.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, he seems to know what he's doing. He's a very good martial artist, I guess.
Yeah.
Like in the extreme at this point. S-class hero and whatnot. But
I mean, 3rd rank of the S-class. This is no joke.
yeah, well, he's a combat veteran, I'm sure. With his
Yes.
age, he has a lot of experience. And yeah.
I remember when he gets knocked down and everyone thinks, oh, he's out. No, Bang, are you okay? And then, like, a couple of moments later, he gets up. He's like, I'm still good. I'm still here. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This guy is not to be underestimated at all.
No, he's resilient. He has to be.
Yeah, with all those years of experience, you must be. After millions of years of running 100 kilometers every day. And
Yeah, millions. No, but... yeah, I guess he's a veteran. He knows he's been around the bush a few times. And, It's just, I think he would be a lot more relevant if Saitama weren't there. Because, like, with all his experience and stuff, he's reached very high rank in the hero organization and everything, but all his insight is pretty much useless because he has never dealt with the power Saitama has. He's never had that on his side because he's always giving, like, very good advice, but then Saitama's like, yeah, but I can one-punch anything, and he goes and does that, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm irrelevant now. And you see his irrelevance pretty much throughout, like, since his appearance. But then again, that's the same for every character. He's entertaining, though. I like him.
He's a very entertaining character. What would you say his age is? I looked it up. I see what his age is. Just give me a guess here.
Late 60s, early 70s, I guess?
Older.
Okay. Yeah? Is he, like, 90s?
81.
81. Okay.
Still kicking.
Yeah, well, I mean... Yeah. They do picture him as being a very old character.
Right. Sorry, I was gonna say Metal Bat. Do you remember Metal Bat?
Yeah, I don't know. Not my kind of character. He didn't do much.
I loved Metal Bat. Are you kidding me? You know why I loved Metal Bat? And you know what I realized about Metal Bat? You know how...
I don't know.
Okay, well, this is the part where I say it back.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, how, like, One Punch Man is a parody about heroes and other animes and na. Metal Bat is literally a parody of a character from a very famous anime. Can you take a guess? It's one of my favorite animes ever.
I'm going to guess it's Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yusuke, the main character of Yu Yu Hakusho, the jet black hair kid, the main character in Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has the same personality as Yusuke. He's a bit of a delinquent, a bit of like a doesn't care attitude, and a bit of like how can I say like I guess I'd say early Yusuke. Anyway, not later on Yusuke because Yusuke's personality changes, but very early on Yusuke. He looks like Yusuke. He acts like Yusuke a lot. And so right away, I love Metal Bat because of that, because I love Yu Yu Hakusho.
Don't we see him only when the aliens invade? And they fight the alien along with Bang.
But he's got a couple of one-liners in there that can like give you a little taste of his personality.
Possibly. If I recall, he was kind of cocky though, wasn't he?
Well, I'd say more confident. He had a confidence to him. He was like, and the only reason why it maybe came off as cocky is because he was fighting an enemy that was threatening the planet Earth.
Sure, but I mean, confidence when you don't know how to gauge your opponent. I don't know. I guess they eventually won, though. Another
thing that he has, that the same thing as Yusuke has, he's a bit reckless. You know what I mean? Let's just go smash his bat around. And they're like, no, let's regroup and think about this, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm just going to smash stuff and just beat stuff up.
Keep smashing.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys come up with strategy and do it.
But. Yeah, exactly. And also, he's smart because he's the one who realizes if you break the little bead, the monster just dies.
Yeah. Well... I mean, that's just observation, though. It's not necessarily smart. He recognized that there was a bead, and then
there's some sort of intelligence to that, Ben. You don't think?
Sure, I guess.
I mean, he's not just one of those characters that just breaks stuff, and he's not Carnage Kabuto.
Well, Carnage Kabuto seemed smart actually because he knew he would have died if he attacked Saitama, or he knew Saitama could one-shot him.
That's instinct, though. That's like he was like, my instincts. Everything is telling me not to go.
Well, my instincts would tell me that, they keep regenerating, and then I see a bead that doesn't seem to belong. Hey, maybe I'll destroy it.
I still think that, like, it takes... I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that, just because when he smashes against the beads, it kind of, like, turned out there, and the bead fell out, and he just picked it up and broke it. And Carnage Kabuto will just, like, attack, and then he gets mad and just attacks again in Carnage mode. There's more thought to what Metal Bat is doing.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see later on. He is S-Class, so I'm assuming he's not entirely stupid.
And he's also a kid. He's only 17.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's where that overblown confidence comes from, then.
Definitely.
Okay, well, I'm sure it'll be interesting when we keep going, I guess.
Yeah. Also, he made me think of Yamcha, because Yamcha does a lot of the baseball in Dragon Ball Super, and he has the baseball bat.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's just hope he's not as useless.
No, definitely not. Another character I want to talk about, Atomic Samurai,
Yeah, the sword guy.
sword guy.
I think actually he's the cocky one. Yeah, I had the people all mixed up there. Yeah, I think, what was it?
Bang.
No, Bat.
Metal bat.
Metal Bat. Yeah, I think, yeah, he was confident. It's, wait, why is he called Kamikaze?
I don't know. That's what the wiki's saying. His name is Atomic Samurai.
Yeah, that's what I remember him as.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Atomic Samurai.
Someone's messing up the wiki, Ben.
Yeah, he's the cocky one. He's like he's got this superiority feeling to him because he's, I guess, S class, maybe an A class, I forget.
Well, I mean, it's he's very prideful. Very prideful.
I guess, but yeah.
Full of himself.
He is. Yeah, definitely. He meets Saitama, oh, just a B class. You're not worthy of like even
my presence
being talked to.
Yeah. But I mean, he's ranked 4th.
I guess so, but
you know what?
Yeah.
He can talk the talk, but I think he can walk the walk as well. If you remember his Atomic Slash against the villain, what was his name? The big villain. I forget the.
just some big blobby thing.
Yeah, the big blobby guy. I mean, when he does his Atomic Slash and just the blobby just goes into a million pieces and then he finds the beat and dead.
Yeah. Well, once he knows what to look for, it was easy. He had been slashing them to pieces for like, I don't know how long the fight went on, but every Metal Bat was just batting away, slugging away, and then he was cutting away, and Bang was just,
punching away.
Punching. And eventually one of them realized, oh, there are beads in there, and then it was pretty easy since they were all winning throughout anyway.
Right. I guess what I wanted to say is, for this character, is there any anime character he makes you think of? Or is there anyone that jumps out as you when you think about him as a character?
Not really, but...
is he unique in that case?
No, there's a lot of like sword fighting animes and stuff, and...
I mean, I'm talking like personality, sword fighter, can talk the talk, can walk the walk.
Considering I haven't watched all that many, I don't know, but like... Maybe Samurai Champloo would have a character similar
right
to him. I'm sure it's inspired by something.
Oh, yeah, it must be.
Like, I think only a few of the characters in One Punch Man are actually like very original, such as the Puri Puri Prisoner, as far as I can tell, and a few others, like Moomin Rider.
Moomin Rider was
just love him.
Let's before we jump into questions, let's talk about Dark Matter Thieves, the alien invaders that come into episode 10.
Yeah,
really, they basically represent the final arc of the end of the first season
of season 1. Yeah.
Of season 1, yeah. Absolutely, my favorite arc for myself. Right after the Sea King. What I love the most is like there's not just one villain this time. There's a group of villains. There's aliens. They're invading, and they go right out over a city, and it's obscure, and everyone's confused. And then they gather the Hero Association. They try to develop a plan, and then it's game on. Saitama versus Boros. All the heroes against the aliens, and it's a great fight. What were your initial thoughts on that entire arc?
I think like they started giving you more insight into the Hero Association itself. For starters, like they see that there's a ship coming in, and like you get to see more of the inner circle, especially the S class and all that, and how they get dispatched to potentially like just stop the invaders, I guess. And then, they're all grouped up and start fighting those weird blobs with the marbles, pretty much. And yeah, eventually Saitama just bypasses everything and goes into the into the ship.
Oh, I loved when he got into the ship and he just starts smashing everything. Like all he knows is to punch stuff.
Yeah, like he just wanders around looking for like the big boss essentially, because he knows there's got to be one of those somewhere. I like how like he's wandering around and eventually breaking stuff and like opening doors. Oops, it's locked. He breaks it open without entirely meaning to. And eventually, what was it? Gurian Shoop or something? The alien with psychic powers.
Right. He comes across him. He's like, "Don't go in this room. Go in the other room."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, you're lying to me." And he says, "No.
Yeah, you want to take the right and go up the stairs. You mean, take the right? I think I'm going to go left. It was an entertaining thing finding his way across the ship. And of course, like, this character is actually really strong. I think he has control of gravity or something, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
And yeah, the way he starts like controlling everything around him and throwing them at Saitama, and Saitama just goes like, "So this is your power? Just throwing a few rocks? Just throwing pebbles at me?"
Oh my god, Saitama was so not impressed when that happened, and I absolutely love that. He's like, "Are you serious right now? Is this all that came?" Like, oh my god.
Yeah, and thing is, its power was probably like somewhere in the range of Tatsumaki's. He just didn't really have the materials around him. I'm assuming he had about the same psychic ability as her.
I think.
Well, maybe less, but even
less.
Then, like,
because she's still, I guess consider she's second ranked in the S class.
Yeah, but I don't know. We won't know actually until next season, possibly, or we'll find out anyway. But I feel like they're probably similar powers or power levels.
I think you're right. I'm looking on the wiki right now and talking about the spaceship here. There's a little bit of trivia about it, which I find very interesting. I want to go over both of them. The giant labyrinth in the dark thief spaceship was credited to Kazuo Nomura, the creator of the world's most difficult maze. Did you know that? Apparently,
nope.
The most difficult maze of all times was that. It's what inspired the spaceship here. The how it was organized in the rooms and everything.
Huh.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, not that we get to see it for very long, but yeah.
No, I mean, we are not ever going to be able to get to see anything of that pretty long because Saitama's just going to smash all of it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a big ship, so I'm guessing a big maze as well.
Yeah. And then, according to Geno's notes, the size of the dark matter ship is 9,230 meters by 15,024 meters.
I think they said it was the size of like a city and a half. Their cities are divided by letters, right?
Right, City A, City B.
And it stopped right over City A?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was like over City A and maybe a bit of B and C, whatever the surrounding ones were.
I think it was all over A for sure.
Yeah, it's a huge ship.
I want to talk about a bit of the characters that are in this ship.
Geryugan Shoop.
Geryugan Shoop?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best bet you can say.
The big spectral thing with... let's confirm what kind of power he has, actually.
Yeah.
Because I said psychic, maybe gravity.
Okay, psycho...
It's telekinesis.
Yeah, psychokinesis possesses the ability to levitate and hurl matter using his mind. Telepathy...
yeah, that's how he communicated
The Saitama tried to stop his rampage through the ship in an attempt to peacefully guide him from the exit. And he could also communicate with the other two members we're going to talk about in a sec.
Yeah, the ones with the beads in them.
Yeah, exactly, bead guy. His fighting style is that he's an expert psychic combatant, telekinesis shower and rubble, telekinetic gravitational wave. He gets taken out by Saitama very quickly.
He does.
And he was like the leader of, like the second in command kind of thing. And I was kind of, I don't know, he didn't do much for me.
He was underwhelming.
Very underwhelming, yeah.
But, who isn't underwhelming against Saitama?
Krillin.
Carrying on.
So,
I noticed it says expert psychic combatant. I'm pretty sure Tatsumaki, it said master psychic combatant, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe I was wrong earlier, and he's actually weaker.
He might be.
Well, I mean, I was pretty sure he was weaker, but like similar levels is what I thought. But
right.
That does not seem to be the case.
I don't believe that is the case. Another thing I want to bring up with
Geryugan Shoop.
I feel like he was unorganized. He doesn't know what he was doing, kind of thing. He just when the panic of the fact that Saitama was on the ship was getting to him. I feel like that kind of got the ball rolling of him like not knowing what to do, and that was game over.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Boros and his crew have been going around to different planets, and I'm assuming galaxies and so on, wiping out whatever in search of a very powerful person.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, so you'd imagine that they're not used to being boarded, considering they've just been wiping everything out all the time. This was just another, pretty much routine stop look for someone strong,
And they weren't
kill
expecting
everyone.
the fight that they got.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't expect anyone to board, much less be able to one-punch everything or make its way through their maze of a ship with no problems whatsoever.
And guess who did the job for them? Who took care of that for them? The one and only Saitama. I mean, I feel like when you start the anime and you just know that Saitama's so powerful, you kind of have to expect that no one's going to beat him. Like, no one's going to be able to come close to like, being able to beat him or anything like that. You know what I mean? Or does that make sense?
I guess it does. I didn't read any of it, but I did get like semi-spoilers from the manga.
Okay, don't spoil me. I'm not spoiled.
Through like either YouTube or other stuff. Like it is on the wiki already. Like Garou, the one character.
Yeah.
Apparently he's supposed to be very strong and maybe on par, but I'm not. I didn't pay enough attention, nor did I delve deeper into the information for me to even know. But I don't know if I'm going to start reading it, actually. I think I'll just wait for season 2 and hope it follows and stays true to the manga.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it would be interesting to at least get someone who's like at least very close runner-up in power and whatnot. It'll make for an interesting time, especially if like he ends up being some sort of like Speed of Sound Sonic who wants to be a rival or, well, something like that.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see. And then after going here, we got 2 other characters before getting to Boros. I want to very quickly talk about Melzagard, the character with the beats and everything. Personality-wise, I don't know, there wasn't much for me going on here. He seemed to be like just wants to defeat, just kind of like a creation that wants to.
Yeah, just like destroy whatever you will not stand in my path.
Cool design
you will
with
die.
all the heads everywhere, though. I like that.
Yeah, it's cool that they all had their own little like, maybe not a sub personality, but they seem to speak for themselves.
Right, and he was able to hold his own against the heroes, which I found to be very cool.
Temporarily, I guess he did maybe almost injure a few.
Yeah.
Or he did injure them, but, nothing serious.
He was outnumbered the entire time.
That's true. I guess he held his own for a little bit until they discovered that there's a bead, and then it was pretty much easy work.
Yes.
They made quick work out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then going to the next member on this ship, Gro Ribaz was one of the aliens invaders. I don't know. I don't remember this character too much.
I don't either, actually. When did he come up? Was he on the ship or down on the bottom?
Apparently, his anime debut is episode 10, so right when the ship comes down. Plot briefly appeared in a futile attempt to stop Saitama from damaging the ship further. While touting his own abilities, his head was blown up by Saitama's punch. All right.
Yeah.
He was another one punch.
So he showed up real quick and was kind of show-offy and died.
All right. Before we get to the questions, we got one last character I want to talk about. One last fight I want to talk about. I mean, the cream of the crop here, in the meaning that like in whoever fight against Saitama, whoever gives Saitama the biggest run for his money, and that is Boros.
Boros.
What did you think about Boros?
I found it was a lot of the same, pretty much.
Same.
Like maybe not from the Saitama point of view, but more of the same. Like overwhelming power. Okay. Like. I think he was released from some sort of coffin or armor that was like withstanding a lot of his power, and then like he breaks that off, and he's like, okay, now my overwhelming awesome power comes out. And I did like the dialogue between him and Saitama.
You did or didn't?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
like that he was like, oh, I've gathered around the city, I've gone around the universe trying to find someone who's worth my time, and finally I've come across you, Saitama. Now you have the chance to see blah, 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 blah. Saitama, shut up. Oh my god, we want to fight already.
Yeah, well, like, Saitama, in the beginning, before it became too long of a speech, was like, oh, wow, I can relate with this guy, Like, this guy is experiencing the exact same thing as I am, like, not being fulfilled in fights because he's killing everything way too easily.
Finally, someone who's potentially worth my time.
But then, like, he mentions how he's gone to various galaxies and destroyed numerous planets and people in search of a challenge, at which point Saitama's like, are you stupid? You don't just go killing people because you're too strong. You actually have to, like... yeah, I don't know. It was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. And you know, I read somewhere that his power ups and everything was based on the Super Saiyan transformations. Because you remember his final form is like basically like the same hair as a Super Saiyan 3. Super long.
I guess, yeah, he had longer, spiky hair. I remember that. And I guess his previous transformations look kind of similar as well. I think while I was watching that, I couldn't help but think that.
He has the same regeneration abilities as an Namekian as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
So a lot of maybe he's very based off of Dragon
Yeah,
Ball.
it definitely might be.
I love the animation of his final attack. The attack was called Collapsing Star Roaring Cannon, and then he try to hit Saitama. That doesn't do much. Then Saitama just like consecutive punches, and then he dies.
Yeah, consecutive serious punches, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think something like that. I loved it. It was like blah 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 epic move. It's a very simple attack that will take you out. You know what I mean? Like that was the contrast between those two was really cool.
Yeah, but I like that they made the fight last as well, and. Well, I mean, last.
Ish.
In relative terms.
When he gets smashed into the moon, and then Saitama was like, oh, and just bursts back onto the planet.
Yeah, like, Saitama is not heavy by any means, so if he does get hit, he's not going to feel it, but he is going to go flying, which is what makes a lot of the fights at least a tiny bit interesting before they end with, you know, a very anticlimactic punch. Or consecutive punch is... But yeah, no, I like the way how he just gets smashed to the moon and comes back. He holds his breath too.
Yeah, he does.
I found it funny.
There's so much funny stuff about One Punch Man. All right, let's get to your guys' questions. I went on Twitter and Facebook. We got a couple of questions. If you guys tweeted us during the recording of this, we're definitely gonna answer them. Let's start with the Facebook questions. So let's see. We're only gonna answer. There was only 2 really good ones, so we're going to start with the first one. First question comes from Brad Morris, and the question is, will Saitama ever kill that fly?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think he needs several more years of training before he can kill the fly.
I feel like Saitama shouldn't be able to destroy everything in his universe. And if there's one thing he should not be able to destroy, it's the beautiful fly.
It's not beautiful at all.
It's pretty, Ben. It's perfect.
Yeah, I think, well, they were definitely trying to go for that, like, typical, there's a fly in your house and you can't for the life of you kill the damn thing.
Oh, it's happened to me so often lately.
I mean, I've gotten better at it, but flies are so much harder to kill than mosquitoes.
Right.
And, yeah, it was interesting, like, running around with the insect repellent and stuff and just not being able to kill it. Getting super frustrated.
Good things. Good stuff. Yeah, I think that kind of answered the question right there. That's the answer to that.
Do you think he'll ever get to it? Ever kill it?
No, I don't think so. I think it's going to show up in Season 2. His fly's going to show up at some random moment, and he's still not going to be able to. I think it's a running gag.
Yeah, hopefully it'll come back.
Kill the fly, kill the gag.
Maybe it can like be bothersome during a fight or during some other conversation. Or maybe like in a big summit meeting of the S ranks.
Oh, that would be great.
And just like Tatsumaki just kills it or something.
He tries to kill it and is unable to.
Yeah, psychic powers and that never works.
Man.
Turns out it's the end villain of Season 2.
All right, next question comes from Jesus Morin Roy, and he asks, if Saitama punched himself, wouldn't he instantly kill himself?
I'll let you go first.
I think that no. I think that Saitama's training increased his striking strength as much as his resistance. I feel like they increased at a very similar rate. So I don't think he just became like super mega weak, can't handle any hits. He's taken some very strong hits, like the attack from Boros, that final attack from Boros. I don't think that if he punched himself, he would kill himself, because I think his resistance is very high as well. I think he's very all around very strong fighter.
Yeah, I agree. His training brought him resilience and super strength. All of it is pretty much equal. He's just superhuman in all regards. If he hits himself, I'm assuming it's like us. Like you hit yourself in the face, it's gonna hurt. But I feel like he can't kill himself that way.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree. I think if he's so stupid, it's like writing your own name in the Death Note.
Yeah, I guess.
Or like Kamehameha-ing yourself with the intent of killing yourself.
Don't know if that would work, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Kamehameha, instant transmission back on yourself. Or you loop
Oh,
it.
sure. True. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't think he would die from his own punch.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe he found a match for himself then.
Himself?
Yep.
Do you think we're gonna get a thing where like Saitama fights a Saitama clone in the next season?
I don't know. Maybe
Or
one of
evil
the
Saitama?
yeah, one of the evil doctors might come up with that, or scientists. I don't know.
Comes up with like a creation of an evil Saitama.
Yeah, maybe the scientist from the House of Evolutions can come up with something.
Be interesting.
I don't know. Maybe he'll like just take a regular human, brainwash them, and then make them do the training regimen. Come back like 3 years later as a bald superhuman and have them fight.
I think we haven't heard the last of the House of Evolution. Definitely.
Yeah, although he seemed to have been like very. I don't know. When he left, he didn't seem too evil at the end. He was just like, okay, well, that's all my life research.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he'll come back, though. I feel like if he's still alive and they left him like that, he might just, try again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait to find out.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's get to some questions from Discord. All right. So Arakoro Nara asks, what would you do with that power, meaning the power of Saitama? What would you do if you had Saitama's power? I mean, I keep it to myself and only use it if I really need to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I would enjoy things if I did, but I would probably become moderately evil.
Oh, no!
Like, not... I would... First off, I could get rid of many, like, dictators and stuff. Well, many. There aren't that many, but, fix the Korean situation, North Korean.
Okay.
But otherwise, like,
I don't know when by the time this gets posted, maybe it'll be fixed.
Yeah. I mean, like, I would try to live comfortably from that point on. I mean, like, activities that I would like to do currently would not be very exciting. Like, oh, I enjoy rock climbing right now, but if I'm a superpowered thing who can jump over the mountain, there's no thrill in that. Or, like, I can one finger climb the entire thing. So a lot of the activities I like to do, I would not like to do.
Right.
So I would look for other stuff, probably like travel and stuff, which costs money. But then again, I could just run across a continent or an ocean. So again, I don't know. I would need to find something. Probably space travel if I'm if I'm capable of jumping from Earth to the moon.
That's great. Next question, still from the same person. What is your opinion on Bicycle Man? So
Moomin Rider.
Moomin Rider. What do you think of Moomin Rider? I mean, we went over him. Any final thoughts on Moomin Rider?
Yeah, I love him. I love the character so much.
Favorite character? Hashtag favorite character?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Hashtag second favorite character.
I'm not very good at choosing.
Third favorite character.
I'm not very good at...
Hashtag fourth favorite character.
Bye.
Next question. No, but seriously. You like him a lot?
Yeah, I like the character a lot. He's actually still going. And it's surprising because he's just a regular human. Like, actually a very regular guy.
Average Joe.
Yeah, very average Joe with a bike. But, like, his bike actually...
Can't forget the bike.
It allows him to get to the fights that he can't fight. And he still shows up thinking he can do something. Every time. And I'm surprised he hasn't died. Like, he was pretty damaged and beat up when he went against the Deep Sea King or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and I was like, good job, man. Thanks for that.
Keep it up, man. You got this.
Yeah.
I would love to see him, like, take up Saitama's training regimen and still use the bike and keep the look with the shades and stuff.
That'd be funny. He could bike so fast.
Yeah. How do you feel about him?
I like him a lot. I like his heart. I like his... his never say die attitude. He is kind of boring to me though. I mean, he's just kind of, it's Moomin Rider, it's Yamcha, it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess there's a nice likeliness to Yamcha.
You know, he's just, okay, he's there, whatever. But I mean, I feel like if he was removed from the show, it wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, but I feel like he makes a much bigger entrance than Yamcha, and the way they introduce him every time he shows up is always like, wow, it's Moomin Rider, yes! Like the crowds...
That's part of the joke, Ben.
Yeah, I know. I just like it. I like the character a lot.
Okay. I feel like a good fight should be Moomin Rider versus a Cyberman. Cyberman Rider.
Hell no.
Moomin Rider.
Moomin Rider would lose against pretty much anyone, even regular street people, street thugs. I'm sure he's beaten a few, but like overall, he just like arrives, gets off his bicycle. Don't forget the stand on the bicycle, the little stand for it. I like his entrance every time. I don't know. I like him way too much for what he is, but anyway. Yeah, it's whatever.
I mean,
I'm surprised he didn't die against the Deep Sea King, honestly.
he has a couple of attacks. He has Justice Crash and Justice Tackle.
Justice Crash is what? When he gets off his bike and it...
Yeah.
Nice.
Or Justice of Bike. No, he's a good man. Bicycle of Justice. Or riding out of the saddle mode when Moomin Rider activates this mode. Activates the quotation marks. He simply stands up and pedals a much higher rate, allowing him to significantly faster than normal. What? You don't think riding out of saddle mode is like really impressive?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. He just stands on his bike and uses up more energy, but he gets there faster. Sure. Average Joe. Love it. I love how he's like, he's at the top of one of the classes, though. Isn't he like top C class or maybe... Where is he in the standings for heroes?
He is rank 1 of the C class.
Yeah, see? So like he's... I think the class...
Get a bike and get yourself to C class right now. Apply to the Hero Association.
Yeah, I think the classes are actually not only ranked by like helping people, but also by popularity, which I think he's a lot more popular than he is useful.
Yeah.
Although he does the small tasks like, you know, cats out of trees and whatnot. So
Sheer willpower.
Sheer willpower indeed. That's how he gets back up every time in the fights, because he's not winning any of those.
You're so mean.
Realistic.
Yes. All right. Who is your favorite evil guy?
You take this one first. I don't... I do. Anyway.
Definitely Carnage Kabuto for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, Carnage Kabuto, the way he gets wrecked. Oh, it still has me laughing.
What does it for you, though? Why is he your favorite?
I think just because he's like, I am the great Carnage Kabuto, nothing, and he just gets put in his place. And then really like how he's just humiliated with this Carnage mode, thinking he's so powerful, and then he just gets one punch. I know he gets one punch, and he's like not a big deal in the big scheme of the story, but it just worked for me really well. The humor of it really got to me.
But like he realized during the fight that he was outmatched.
It's like, what the hell are you made of?
Before like even attacking, he realized like, oh wait, had I done that, he would have killed me. Like he realizes he is humiliated, but you know.
That's why I love him. What about you? Your favorite villain?
Definitely the Paradisers. I like what they I like what
mean
they
the Krillin
stand
gang?
for. Like it's the bunch of bald, unemployed, like from like late teens and early adulthood. They're all hoping for a big utopian world where if they want to be unemployed, other people will provide their financial needs for them. The people who like voluntarily want to work will work, and the people who don't want to work will not work. Obviously not a system that works, or like they don't want to give to society. They just want society to give to them. Yeah. It's just so it's funny.
What I really liked about those guys, I guess it's not them particularly, it's when people confuse Saitama for like a member of them. And then they're like, oh, he's one of the Paradisers. He's like, no, I'm a hero. What are you doing?
Yeah. They just like, oh, he's bald. He has to be one of those bad guys.
Yeah. Oh, it was so funny.
As if like nobody in town is bald except for these evil guys and Saitama. There's no other option. Everyone has hair except for
man, it was so funny. It was great.
Yeah, I really like that group of people. Well, you know, I would uphold their values. Definitely.
All right. I think that's all of the Discord questions, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. One last question, and it's from Twitter. It's from @LianaDeKaito. And the question is, what do you think of Speed of Sound Sonic? Kind of went over it, but any final thoughts on Speed of Sound Sonic?
He's all right. He seems to still be very much full of himself, even though he got pretty much put in his place by Saitama.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah, but he's still there, still hanging around. We'll see what happens.
Still a part of the story, somehow.
Yeah, he's like semi-villain, though. I don't know what his role is going to be, because obviously he's never going to be a proper rival of Saitama. But I think he's going to try to push his limits because of him. I really don't know. I don't particularly dislike or like him. He seems just like filler content, as far as I can tell.
I feel like he's going to be coming back in a stronger way in the second season against Saitama and get put back in his place again.
Probably.
I feel like that's what Sis is gonna.
Well, he does want to fight him again. We haven't seen the second fight. Well, more or less. He starts destroying the city because Saitama doesn't want to fight, and then he just gets, like, bitch slapped to the ground. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Eventually.
He's going to gain relevance at some point because he's still hanging around in the series.
Mm-hmm. I think because he's part of the series, they have to put him somewhere. I think he's going to have his moment show up in whatever.
Maybe. Or they're only looking for certain personalities to like complement or not really match, but to go up with Saitama. Because like Genos is a good partner for him. And,
he is.
Like their personalities are so opposite and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess they're going more for personality than they are for actual skills sometimes or like relevance.
I don't know.
It makes it more interesting, right?
It does. I mean, you don't want to make it just one thing. You want to mix it up for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Speed of Sound Sonic.
Yeah, so those were all of the questions. Looking very quickly, there's still not a release date for Season 2 of One Punch Man at the time of the recording of this podcast, but we are seeing that there is a supporting character called Garou. Just looking at him, he's a former disciple of Bang, kicked out of the dojo because he was going on Rampage. Does he look like a good guy or a bad guy? I'm not sure yet.
I'm thinking bad.
Yeah, I'm thinking bad guy too. He's still alive, according to this wiki article. He was Bang's best disciple. Garou is able to fight a hero Metal Bat and compares him to an amateur fighter. Okay. I mean, I don't want to go too much into spoiler, but he sounds like a very cool character. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does.
Looking forward to Season 2 overall,
really. My God, me too.
I'm not sure. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know how close it is, how close the series is to the manga, and I don't know if I read it, would I be spoiling anything for myself? Because I did.
I think you would. Yeah, I think you would.
Well, probably, but I think I love the animation, actually.
Oh, the animation from this entire...
They do great.
They do very good. It's very cool. I mean, Boros, it was greatly animated. Just a few examples.
Yeah. And I like how they mix the manga.
Yeah, the little manga style.
Like the
very simple style, and then it goes back to like the very Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking specifically that one scene where like, okay, I'm my immense power, blah, 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 and then Saitama just goes, okay.
Yeah.
But you see him throughout that thing with like his face and all the facial lines of
right.
Typical manga style drawing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like it.
I like it too. Definitely like it too. I think that's gonna do it for the podcast. Any final thoughts on One Punch Man, Ben?
One Punch! No, just looking forward to Season 2. I just want more content.
Definitely, I agree with you. Season 2 is going to be amazing. For myself, I absolutely love this anime. Season 2 is going to be amazing. And we'll see what happens with the next episodes. I really don't think this anime will disappoint. This is one I'm like looking forward to. I really I don't have any fear or anything. I think it's going to be good. Definitely.
Yeah, they did the first one very well. Season 1 was a big success to me, so
it was a banger. Bang. Okay, Ben's not going to reply at all because he doesn't like those pop culture references. I'm sorry, Ben. I apologize for that. I'm really sorry.
That is not pop culture. It was just bad jokes.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't even a good pun.
All right. One pun. Okay. No.
One pun.
So, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this special episode of Anime Podcasters. Ben, thank you very much for coming on.
This is my episode, actually.
All right. Yeah.
I'll make sure to tie you up better next time.
Yeah, you should work on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm no scout, you know. I don't know how to not.
I don't not know how to not.
I do not know how not to not.
Exactly. So if you guys enjoy Anime Podcasters, make sure to subscribe to the JaianMusic channel so you don't miss an episode. You can also follow my SoundCloud and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Leave us a rating. It would be very appreciated. And finally, I don't know when Ben's gonna be able to come on next time for an episode because I'll be in a new. I'm in a new city now. Maybe I'll try to figure out a way how to get Ben on the podcast because I love podcasting.
Yeah, I'm sure we can like Skype, despite the fact that I hate Skype as a platform. But
well, when I come back during breaks and stuff too.
Yeah, we can figure something out.
Or you can come up and visit it if you want. And, just
we'll figure something out.
We'll figure
guys.
something out.
I'll be on at some point, guys.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
So. Thank you guys so much for checking out the podcast. We wish you a great day. Have a great month, and we'll see you in the next episode, guys. Peace out.
Peace.